Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can solve the murder.
A cool breeze cut into the train cart and through the haze of fatigue when the doors opened. I considered visiting Kat, suddenly feeling an urge to inhale the woody, slightly dusty air in our old apartment. Kat had filled it with what she affectionately called real things. She loved leather, cloth, paper, and plants, and hated the clean metallic surfaces at my apartment. Sometimes I did too.
The clean metallic surfaces of my apartment. So we gotta talk to Kat. I don't remember where she lives. I don't remember where she lives. Hey! I can't go up. Hi, bye. See you in 5 hours. Hey, is that Kat? Oh, hi, Neil. What are you doing here? I just wanted to say hello. To you. Really? Who are you? It's nice to see you too. I'm sorry, I'm just surprised. You want coffee? No thanks, I'm actually headed to bed. I'm just coming back from work, it's been a long night. Oh, that's rough! Wait, you didn't have anything to do with that shootout that's all over the news right now, did you? Actually, I did. But it was practically over by the time I got there. Oh my goodness, are you okay? They wouldn't have let me go if I had caught a bullet. You don't say. I mean, are you emotionally okay? Will I ever? Okay, I get it. You don't want to talk about it. No, it's fine. I'm sorry. Thanks for asking. What was that whole thing about? Nobody seems to know yet. Oh, do I tell her something classified? Let's tell her. Batty's dead. He was killed last night. The shootout this morning was us confronting a suspect. No, tell me you're joking. I'm not. I don't know much more right now. It's an ongoing investigation. You cannot talk to anyone else about it, okay? Of course. Shh, Neil. What if Drovia retaliates? I mean, I understand that they want their independence and all, but if our investigation goes well, we'll have some results soon that will help de-escalate the situation. You're not blaming yourself and your unit for this, are you? I'm sure you did everything to protect Banny. There's always a remaining risk. That's just how it is. Neil, I'm so sorry. I really got to go. I have to catch the next train if I don't want to be late for work. But I still want to talk tonight. We can grab a drink. Ooh. Unlock bad ending number 2. I'll have to head right back to HQ as soon as I'm no longer a self-deprived zombie. But I'd like that once things have calmed down a little. I gotta run now. Hold on, one more thing. Laura wants to go to a party at one of her classmates' place today. I'm not sure if I should let her. She's only 14. But I feel like she has a hard time connecting with her peers. So it could be a good thing. What do you think? Oh, crap. Wait, if I had a 14-year-old daughter... I wouldn't risk it. But I'm going to say let her go. Let her have some fun. Laura is a very mature for her age. I'm sure she'll take care of herself. Yeah, you're probably right. I shouldn't be so anxious. See you, Neil. Please don't get yourself shot. Can I stay in your house just like that? Okay, cool. Let me see what you're hiding. Let me see what you're hiding. Walk home. Hey, wait a minute. Huh? I know you. You're the guy who came to her flat yesterday. You told that whole scumbag to leave my sister alone. I did. That was really nice of you, man. And she didn't think you uppers would help out a Savian. She left this morning chasing her dream. Glad I could help. I have to go home now. Have a nice day. Sure, sure. But what in us blessings, man. Thanks, you too. David! You missed the conversation with the ex-wife. That's it. Maybe Neil did it. Yeah.
I got into the elevator and leaned against a wall. I was so tired in that moment that my reflex of emotional repression whenever I saw Kat didn't seem to work anymore. It hit me with an unusual clarity that, even a decade after it had ended, I hadn't ever fully let go of her. I wasn't sure what to make of it, whether to be happy or to finally push myself to it. I concluded that I would probably just go back to repressing it altogether.
Yeah, that's usually what we do, right? We repress things. What's up? Hey, Horace, how's it going? I want to pet him. He's so cute. The first time I gave him food, now I pet him. Gotta smoke. I don't know how the smoking, if the smoking has anything to do with the game at all, or the ending or whatever. Yeah, there's no cancer anymore, so we can smoke for free.
Waking up in the early evening was disorienting. I sat up on my bed and allowed the memories from the previous night to pour back in. Banny's body, the hotel, Lila, the shootout. I tried to put it all in an order that made sense and got on my way back to work. A hint of the good mood that had overcome me outside of the villa returned. Once again, it stemmed from what had made me join the CDI many years ago. The feeling of doing something instead of taking a back seat and waiting for death. There was a time when a lack of purpose threatened to consume me, lurking underneath meaningless daily routines and self-doubt sabotaging everything I did. Walking among the people outside, I felt even more alienated than usual. It was like they lived in another reality. Many were just getting out of work, looking to do some shopping, meet a friend, have a drink. Maybe I would find my way back to that reality one day. I wanted to, yet at the same time hated the thought of it.
Yeah, I kind of understand that, actually. Maybe I should have walked while the conversation was going on. This is why it's going so slowly. Choo! So what's gonna happen? No news. Oh, I have news. While everybody's eyes were trained on Banny and the Robertson at the Trading Summit's first day, a few other notable discussions were going in the background, most notably the mining giants Dan Kim and Abba Dyson got together in person for the first time in their lives. Their relationship is tense. While Dyson extracts the vast majority of Drovia's tellurium, his profits are severely undercut by its status as a colonial entity. By contrast, Milix is not only able to sell its ores directly to places like Femus and New Joran, but also buys up tellurium from companies like Dyson to resell at a higher price. The ore prices Gaia pays up have not changed in a long time, while costs steadily increase. Tyson complained in a recent interview with the Drovian Trade Journal, "At this rate, we won't be able to turn any profit at all in a few years." Milik's CEO Kim assured that his company would critically examine the situation, but added that the margins are not that big. The idea that we exploit other mining companies based in Drovia is not based in reality. Whether anything will change between the two companies remains to be seen. However thin they want us to believe their margins could be, it is important to keep in mind that both CEOs are billionaires with a history of underpaying their workers, cutting corners, and initiating mass layoffs whenever the companies have faced financial problems in the past. Oh. What's this? Hello, fellow citizens. We are the liberators, defenders of progress, freedom, and reason. These values have been integral to our society for centuries. But lately they have increasingly come under threat. Religious radicals calling themselves the Savior Front are aiming to establish a theocratic government on Drovia. The Sabian faith is based on superstition and rejects science, to the point where it endangers the lives of everyone under its thumb. We all saw 4 decades ago today what happens when a Sabian state is left to its own devices. We can't let history repeat itself. We demand President Robertson end this madness now. Put a stop to all independence talks and reinstate full Garian rule. We remove the radical Sabian Joseph Banny to get it started. If you do not start implementing measures to meet our demands, more Sabian lives will be spent to protect our collective future. The Sabian population of Gera will be taken hostage until the Garian population on Drovia is guaranteed its freedom. We must stand up for them if our government won't. Await our next move within 48 hours. It won't be as silent as the first one. Well. Hey, Coops Troops, thanks you for the follow. I don't play Mario Maker on this channel, though. But, no problem. Thanks for coming. Hey, Kronos, how's it going? I did. Conrad, did you see that? Yeah, it was all on screens across the city. Come to HQ immediately. Wait, I want to take the train. When he is super bored. Just wanted. Thank you, Coops. I appreciate it. I keep missing the train every time. I always miss the train. Where's Abe? Abe is supposed to be here. Music is good. When there's actual music, it's pretty good. What are you doing out here, Gary? Thinking. Strange how a city looks the same as always, as if nothing happened. Well, that's a good thing, right? Freaking Liberators. Ridiculous name. From whom are they liberating us? From a handful of superstitious lowers? Pathetic bull. Every single institution on this planet upholds the freedom of people and their values. It's not like we're letting some religious fanatics take over the solar system. And somehow we didn't know anything about those guys before everybody else. One more thing we missed. The fact that we messed up at Jor's Plaza doesn't help either. They had to put the sniper in a coma. The other guys did. It's going to be hard to make progress when no one left to interrogate. Do we at least know who they are? We scanned him. The sniper's a complete ghost. He got a fake ID right before he checked into that hotel. The other guy is a businessman from Drovia. His name is Abraham Gonzalez. He's the CEO of a company called Power Up. They manufacture selenium-based batteries. Both the guy and his company seem harmless, no criminal record. Strange, why would someone from Drovia help an anti-Drovian terror organization? I have no clue. What about the woman? Any updates on her? Nothing so far. But we do have another lead. Saito is trying to find out where the announcement was broadcast from earlier. Maybe he's found out something already. Why don't you go inside and ask? He's in her office. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Well, dude, did we secure that drive the sniper tried to hand over him? Yeah, and what's on it? About that, the chief said the attorney general seized it. She said she has to evaluate it if we have the required clearance level. The AG? Are you kidding me? That's a crucial piece of evidence. We need it. I suppose they'll let us in on it soon. There's no time to waste. We have to assume the next attack is less than 48 hours away. The higher-ups know what they're doing. You think? Let it go, Conrad. Go talk to the chief yourself if you have a problem. One more thing, there's an article about Gonzalez's company in the news today. You might want to download it and have a look. So, it's what I think is interesting, I feel like, I don't know, I've never, I mean, I'm not a cop, right? But it feels like if you work in the city, if you work in a kind of detective, police, attorney general, whatever business, it's like one of the few jobs in the world where you can just always be pissed off, swear at people, scream at people, because it's just like, it's like normal to do so. In most jobs you can't do that. But in their jobs they can always just send each other walking, you know, insult each other. It's no secret that Drovia-based Power Up, one of the planet's most important battery producers, has been facing monetary difficulties for several months now. Technological developments over the last few years made selenium the most efficient material to build high-performance batteries, overtaking lithium and others by far when it comes to battery life and weight. However, since Drovia is a Garian colony with no economic autonomy, Power Up doesn't have the right to buy its selenium directly from the mining companies based on Drovia. The latter are forced to sell the resource to Gara, which in turn sells the selenium to all companies processing the material, including those on Drovia. In light of this development, it has become increasingly difficult for non-Garian companies to keep prices competitive. This has put Power Up, like many others, in an increasingly difficult spot. Hey, I want something to eat. I don't know if I've ever come down here. Guess there's nothing anyway. Evening Neil, hey Saito, how's it going? I'm not gonna lie, that video was a little upsetting. I mean, I know that my religion is strange to some people in Guerra, but an anti-Savian terror group, that's something else. Should I be worried about wearing my scarf in public? No. I think those people are idiots, and I'm sure the vast majority of Guerrians agree with me. I know. Hey, I do have some good news. I found out where the Liberators video was broadcast from. It's a company called AdSpot. They own most of the billboards in the city. You want an ad played, you go to them. I took a shot in the dark and checked the ongoing police operations in the center, and what do you know? Someone in AdSpot made an emergency call tonight. Apparently, an intruder forced their way into their server room and gained access to a computer. I made contact with the local police department. They sent 2 officers who secured the scene and are waiting for you to come and have a look. Fast as lightning, Saito. Great work. Well done. Conrad and I will go to AdSpot and have a look around. We really need to get ahead on this one and prevent another attack. Why don't you follow up on some leads while we're gone? Trace the perp's payment in the hotel to the hotel as well as the mysterious transaction to the escort. And maybe we can find out where the sniper's accomplice got her face changed. Conrad, I'm taking off from the roof. Want to hitch a ride? You know I don't. Was worth the try. Meet you at AdSpot then. I need some fresh air. I'll come with you, Gary. Boo. I want to take the helicopter. Kind of elevator music? You know elevator music is never considered to be good, right? It seems like this. I don't know if this game has any side quests you can do. It doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like this game is big enough to allow for side questing. So far, I haven't found any opportunity to move around. Yeah, like talking to Cat was a side quest, kind of.
Every screen in the city had been playing news reports about the Liberators' announcement. They were the first violent domestic terror group with a political motive in recent Garian history. But there was something else that struck me about them. This wasn't the usual MO of a conservative group trying to maintain the status quo. It felt much more like revolutionaries hoping to effect change by resorting to drastic measures.
And he seems pretty nervous about his boss. Hey, Conrad, this is Officer Wong, my colleague Neil Conrad. Thank you for filling me in, officer. We'll take it from here. Conrad, the security guard who called the police, is still inside. Let's go talk to him. He works for a security firm named Cox that was contracted by AdSpot to monitor their offices at night. I already informed their CEO, Albert Cox, of the intrusion, or rather his secretary. She told me he's been at a business meal since 5:30. But she said she's asked him to return to the office for questioning soon. Yeah, let's hear what the guard has to say. I'm not panicking, you're being careless. I want you to promise me that you'll stay home tonight, okay? Okay? Officers are here, I'll call you back later. Good evening, Mr. Brown. Wait, that was sus. We need to ask a few questions. Officer, don't understand what happened. I was just getting a coffee in here, and then, I mean, I can't even have an eye on all the rooms at the same time, right? It wasn't my fault. Calm down. We're not accusing you of anything. My boss won't be happy at all when he hears about this. Gary, can you tell us what happened from the start? The broadcast began at around 6. Where were you at that time? As I said, I'd left my spot at the front desk for a short break, and I was having coffee in here. I heard the sound of shattering glass, and I ran looking at the noise for the noise. And when I arrived in the server room, I saw the broken window and the video playing on the screen. I stopped the broadcast as quickly as I could. It all just took a few seconds. Hold on. They managed to climb in, log into the computer, and start that video within a few seconds. It seems that way. Did you see anyone when you entered the server room? Nope, it was empty. I went to look outside, but they were already gone. So to be clear, the video could have only been played for a few seconds, no more than 10. And if you stop it here, it immediately stops everywhere. Yeah, the screen across the CD just mirrored the ones in here. Well, that was more than 10 seconds. Look, my boss will say it's all my fault, but I swear to you, Okay, thank you. That's all for now. Conrad, I'm sending a sheet to your cell. I'll look around and see if you can find who started the broadcast. Yo, it's definitely this guy. Excuse me, Mr. Brown. Anything else you want to know? About your relationship with your boss. What's your relationship with your boss? Honestly, I can't say he likes me. I think he's been looking for a reason to fire me for a while. I think I only got the job because one of his top men vouched for me. I see. Anything else you want to know? About tonight. Did you leave the building at any time? Only one time when I went looking for the intruder and I came right back. Did anyone enter the building? Except for you? Just me and whoever started the broadcast. Can I go home now? My wife's a Sapient, and after that video today, I'm afraid you'll have to stay a little longer and help us find the people behind all of this. I'd feel better if I was with her. If I were with her, called her earlier and told her to stay home, but she wouldn't listen. I see. That's all for now. Is that every character we meet, you guys are like, it's him, it's him. It's her, it's him. Every single character. Wait, I got an email. Neil, a new message is waiting for you on Dating Elite. Make sure to check it soon. The Dating Elite team. What? Please don't reply directly to this message if you want to contact us. Use the form on our website, Dating Elite.gh. Contact us. Okay. So, I have a dating email. How do I go to the dating thing? Brown Cox Moore Chen. Okay. Wait, do I still have... Oh. It's the story feels so improbable though that I at least don't think he's telling the whole truth. It's interesting enough that I don't know where it's going. Dating Elite benefit today. I did. It was last Thursday. I don't have the link right now because it's all unlisted. Or was it last Monday? It was last Monday, I think. Can I sit on these chairs? There's nobody to talk to. I'm supposed to guess. I'm just going to guess Chen. I was just going to give a random name. Where's everyone else? Find your match. Oh, I forgot about this. There's a lot of more glass lying outside than inside. Dang it, I'm dumb. No. The thing was not turned on. Oh, I'm dumb. Let me go back up. I forgot to turn on the blue outlines. That's why. How far does this go? I came all the way here for nothing. By the way, Coop's Troops, there's 3 more coming. I only uploaded this one. But there's 3 more of your levels that are going to be uploaded at once. Okay, so... Aha. Secured information. This is an AFIS A420 door card scanner. People are logged every time they pass through the door. This model doesn't distinguish between people entering or leaving the building. Okay, door card owner. Cleaning services, Jim Chen, CEO. Lisa Smith, Niels Boot. Lisa Schmidt, Niels Boot, Lisa Smith, Niels Boot, Jim Chen. So, you can see that the cleaning services came in at 4 left. Jim Chen came in at 6 in the morning but left at 4:55. Lisa came in, left, came in and left. Niels came in, left, came in, left. So came in, left, came in, left. So basically the CEO, Jim Chen, never left. The CEO here is only there once, so he never left, so he might be responsible. Oh no, he did leave at 4:55. I'm wrong. Forget it. The CEO left at 4:55. So everyone left. Everyone who come in has left. This must be the computer to use to broadcast the video. It looks like someone smashed a server room window. Yeah, he left it. Yeah, sorry, I missed it. I can't remember what the point of the couches is. Why has nothing? Is that something new to say? Excuse me. Anything else about those door cards? I saw the door card. I saw you use a door card to enter and exit the building. Yes, Cox Security has 2 door cards for ad spot. This one and another one in locker in our office. Only our boss, me, and the other guard assigned to ad spot can open it. They're not personalized or anything. We just grab one at the HQ before we come here. Who's the other guard? His name's James Moore. He's been working for the boss for a long time. We alternate shifts here at ad spot. Today's my turn. I see. That's all for now. Wait. Wait. What does that mean? That means... Hey Saito, could you do me a favor? Of course, shoot. There's a presence sensor at the entrance of the AdSpot server room. Any chance you can pull its data from around the time the broadcast was started? Give me a second, I'll check. I got access, but the sensor doesn't store any names. However, I can provide you a list of every time someone passed through the door around 18 o'clock. Great, that would be helpful. Alright, sending it to you. Remember that the sensor reacts every time someone uses the door, no matter if they're going in or out. Gotcha, talk to you later. Remember, player who's outside of our world. Okay, so we have entries 1756, 801, 802. The information in this message is sensitive and exclusive, blah blah blah. So it's like someone came in 5:56, left at 6:01. Someone else walked in at 6:02 and then broke the window to exit or something. So 6:01, 6:02. Now if we check If we check here again. Yeah, why? I don't even understand why Cox Security Services is there at 602. That makes no sense. Wait, what? $566, 601, 602. So we have 555 here. It doesn't fit. Someone doesn't work. Is there actually broken glass in the building? I think Brown said something. Yeah, it's outside. Most of the broken glass is outside. Like here. Would make sense if you left it and then return at 4. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. He said he briefly left to check. Okay, so but why? Then what I don't get is why these entries don't match the other long. 556. 01. I suck at deducing. I don't get it. Do I just enter the sheet randomly? Yeah, am I missing a difference? Am I missing a difference? Am I missing information? I can't leave now, and I don't think going back up is gonna serve any purpose. So, guys, what do you do? Do we go for a random? So there's something I don't understand either. Either this only lists. It doesn't say who. It lists which card used it. But how can you cheat it? Yeah, Brown is the Cox Security Services. If you now you can't ask any new questions at all. So either I just go whatever and I choose Brown, for example. I don't think. No, wait. No, wait, no. Maybe is Brown? Wait, let me see. I can either just go. What do you? Who's Brown? Yes, Brown is Cox Security Services, but he has a friend, Moore, who's also Security Services. It seems it seems like I should be able to get my answer, but I don't know. Ah, it's more. It's more. It has to be more. It has to be more. All right, we're just gonna go for more. What does it? Why? Because it says it's Cox Security Services. His name is not on the card, but since he's part of the security services, it's the security services card that's registered, not his name. I don't understand the difference though between. I don't know what the email's purpose is, but we'll just do that. I think it's more. It has to be the guy that was on vacation. Submit. I took a look at the broken window. There's a lot more glass lying outside than inside. I'm pretty sure it was smashed from the inside, not the outside. You're saying that they broke the window to get out, not in. Exactly. I think that whoever started the broadcast walked in through the front door, played the video, smashed the window, climbed through it, and ran away. Why break the window at all then? Probably to conceal the real way he got in. If her perp entered through the front door, they must possess an AdSpot door card. That leaves us with a limited circle of suspects. Apart from the employees at AdSpot, 3 people from Cox Security have access to door cards as well. Cox himself, Brown, and his colleague Moore. Moore works here as well. He and Brown take turns in surveilling the facility. Any idea which of them started the video? Yeah, someone with a Cox Security door card entered the building at 5:55, shortly before the broadcast began. It can't have been Brown. He passed by the door 3 times since he arrived, which places him inside. 1, 2, which places him inside. Couldn't he have climbed back in through the broken window to avoid the scanner at the door? No, that's evident from the data at the server room door. Saito pulled it for me. There's another scanner there. Only 2 other people have access to Cox door cards. James Moore and their boss. Cox has been at a business meal since 5:30, so Moore is the only suspect left. Good work, Conrad. Okay, I didn't even make this I hadn't processed all of this like that, but it works out, I guess, if we're not wrong. Good work. I'll send a unit to arrest him immediately. You and I should pay his boss a visit and see what he has to say. Should be back at his office by now. I'll send you Cox's address. Go to the train. I'll meet you there. Roger that. How do I go to the train? It's up there. Hey Saito, good news! I managed to crack the cell of the businessman Abraham Gonzalez. I found a deleted message that is extremely interesting. Sounds like someone hired him to fetch the data model on Guerra. Data model on Guerra. And here's the kicker. The message was sent from the Mercurius network. The what now? The Mercurius network is only accessible to really big companies. They have to be publicly traded and count more than 10,000 employees. That's pretty big. Once more, the message was sent via a highly encrypted channel of the network, so how could you read it? Those are exclusively accessible to high-ranking executives. That means that whoever sent this message to Gonzalez is someone high up at a big company. Not just high up, it practically has to be the CEO. Good job, Saito. Sounds like a solid lead. I'll forward you the message and the list of all companies in the solar system that match the criteria. I'm also opening up a sheet about who is behind the Liberators. Oh, one more thing, I also managed to extract a message from the sniper's cell. Looks like he sent it to the woman who stole the data from our chief. You might want to have a look at that as well. I'll forward it to your cell. Copy that. Talk to you later. Sheet opened. The Liberators. The name of the company behind the Liberators is, they are based on, they belong to, and specialize in. Damn. Wow, I have so many email. I still don't understand why there was a difference between the email. I think it's, I don't know. I can't tell you. Alright, companies that could be behind the Liberators. Dang. Gustatore, Drovia Food, Processed Food. Wajabi and Sons, Drovia Mining Plutonium. Dyson Enterprise, Drova Mining Tellanium. May Technologies, Femus Mining Depletion Machines. Hamora Technology, Femus Tech. Cells, Pharma and More, Gara Biology, Pharmaceutics. Praxidike, Gara Biology Surgery. Blue Sky Comp, Gara Food Fruits. Hanobi Science, Gara Mining Research. Blah blah blah. Handle Metals, Milex Mining, Emily, PCB on Body, Black Mamba, Elec, Norton Robotics, Happy Cow, Nozzle, Brain Deck. Alright. Okay. Forward message. Mr. Gonzalez, as promised, I'm sending you more detailed instructions for missions in Gara. At 8:30 in the morning, you will wait for your contact person at the Big Fountain on George Plaza. She will hand you a data stick that you will take with you when you leave the planet in the evening. As soon as you have left the Garian network, you will be provided with the exact address to send the data to. As agreed, you are strictly forbidden from asking questions or trying to find out what the data is about. Discretion is of utmost importance. As soon as the model is in my possession, the agreed upon fee will be transferred to your bank account. Okay, so... Okay. Zora, you probably figured out by now that I lied to you about Williams asking me to take care of the handover. Pretty sure you're mad as hell, and I'm sorry for that. Thing is, I have a bad feeling about this whole mission, and I really couldn't stand if you got hurt. We promised each other that this was the last job we would accept and that we would get out of it all afterwards. However, over the last few days, I realized that going back to normal after all those years scares the shit out of me. I'm not like you. What I'm trying to say is, if I don't get out of this, I want you to quit nonetheless and do what you were planning to do. I'm sure we'll make you happy, maybe not immediately, but surely after a while. If everything goes as planned, I'll be with you in no time, and I'm sure I'll find a way to get used to normal life. If it does, don't look back and don't come looking for me. Boyd. So, yeah. So, remember that story about Boyd asking Zora to, like, oh, no, he said to change, blah, 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 and then... okay. Okay. So, Boyd and Zora are... doing jobs together. They want to get out of it. Mine the future. Go to talk Cox Security. Hey Gary, Conrad, I'm having car troubles. I'll be there soon. Car troubles, huh? Save it, Conrad. This is literally the first time you got somewhere faster than me. While you're waiting, you could swing by the restaurant where Cox presumably had dinner and check his alibi. We asked for them to send over tonight's surveillance footage. They said that the camera is unfortunately broken right now. Seems to be one of those locations where privacy is part of the service. The restaurant is the layer above Cox's office and the train station. Go upstairs and take a left. You could have a chat with his wife if she's still here. Her name is Yvonne. Yvonne. Okay, see you in a bit. I'll give you a call when I have an ETA. Car broke down. Hey, that's the Dateline thing. We're not. How do I get the dateline thing? Restaurant. Good evening, sir. Do you have a reservation? Evening. I'd like to talk to Yvonne. Yvonne Cox. Is she here? I must ask. Is she expecting you? Not really, no. I'm sorry, but I can't let you in as part of a reservation. Neil Conrad, CDI. Would you please lead me to Miss Cox? Would you please follow me? Sir? Miss Hendricks, and that's why it's vital to keep negotiating with them no matter what Albert says. Miss Cox, yes? Neil Conrad, CDI, sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to ask you a few questions. CDI, what did I do to deserve your attention? It's about your husband, actually. Ah, well, excuse me, Mr. Conrad. Jacqueline Hendrick, Jacqueline with no E at the end. I don't think I've seen that before. Attorney at law, Miss Cox is my client. You realize that she is not obligated to give you any information about. It's okay, Jacqueline. Oh, now they're putting an E at the end. We have a mistake. We have a consistency problem. Let's talk, Mr. Conrad. Would you mind if we stepped outside? I need some fresh air. Jacqueline is a little overprotective sometimes. That's how you know a lawyer's worth their salt. You said this was about Albert. What is it you want to ask me? I was wondering if you could tell me where your husband was around 6 o'clock tonight. We met here with Jacqueline at 5:30 and discussed some business decisions over dinner. About half an hour ago, Albert got a phone call and excused himself. That was us. Sorry for interrupting your dinner. Did Mr. Cox act strange in any way over the last few days? I have no idea. Last time I saw him before tonight must have been 2 weeks ago. Albert and I don't live together anymore. We have all but separated. You're getting a divorce? Maybe. It would be very complicated for our businesses. I see. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for taking your time. Maybe it's a clue. She has a twin. Gary, what's up? I'll be here in 10 minutes. What about you? Did you talk to the wife? Yeah, she corroborates his alibi. Do you believe her? I didn't have the impression she'd like to protect him. Their marriage is apparently more of a pragmatic arrangement at this point. I see. Listen, I got bad news. Moore's not home. He's on holiday, according to his wife. She said he went to Manami Tree Resort. We're currently trying to confirm this and get a hold of him. Why don't you go talk to Moore's wife? See if you buy that story. Saito says that you're very close by. Move up a layer or two and make a right to leave the market. You should find her apartment there. Come back down to Cox's office when you're done. It's right near the train station. I'll be there in 10. Man.
On my way up to Moore's apartment, I walked through aromatic clouds of fried rice, fish, and mystery meat. I'd been down to Paloon Market once before, with Catherine. It almost surprised me to see that none of the platforms had collapsed in the years since. People were still selling the same junk, some of it probably stolen halfway across the planet.
This guy has to go talk to everybody's wives. Are you home? Who's here? Who's there? Agent Neil Conrad, CDI. I already talked to your colleagues. I know. I'm sorry to bother you once more. You said that your husband went on vacation. Is that correct? Why don't you come in? Can I see your badge? Of course. James went to Manami Tree Resort. His flight left last night after work. Was there a way to contact him? He left the cell here because he wanted some peace and quiet. What exactly do you want from him? I hope he's not in trouble. We're still collecting him. Why would you say that? Does he get in trouble a lot? No, not lately. Wouldn't everyone be worried about the CDI knocking on the door? Not lately. Does your husband have a criminal record? He made some mistakes years ago, and he did his time for it. What did he do? His boss asked him to make a delivery of illegal substances. James got caught, and his boss said he knew nothing about it. Who was his boss at the time? Not Mr. Cox, I suppose. Oh, it was Cox, all right. James was in prison for almost a year and went right back to working for him. He didn't hold the grudge at all. Let's say he didn't have much of a choice. It's hard enough finding a job nowadays, even more with a criminal record. Thank you, Mrs. Moore. That's all for now. If your husband gets in touch, tell him to contact me. Here's my cell info. She's gonna end up calling me. Do you mind if I have a quick look around? Look around, why not? But please don't make a mess. Oxidanol, a highly addictive surface used in lung disease treatment. A single plate in the sink. Looks like she had dinner alone. Okay. Malex wins 10-year court case. Oh, do I want to read this? Negotiations in the Hope scandal finally came to a close last Monday. Malex Mining had a negative headlines almost 16 years ago, when hundreds of employees filed a class action lawsuit against the mining giant. Many of them had suffered permanent lung damage after allegedly having been exposed to harmful gases over prolonged periods of time in the mining chamber dubbed Hope. Unfamous, long, slow, and expensive back and forth of appeals followed until last week, when the Interplanetary Court finally ruled the company would not be held accountable and did not have to compensate the alleged victims. This conclusion is viewed by many as a great failure of the federal justice system. Neither the mining lobby system-wide influence nor the Federation's interest in mindless economic success are a secret, leading many to openly question the integrity of the court's decision. This is interesting because it brings up... anyway, you know what? Forget it. Oops. Last week, a delivery van belonging to company Cox Security was stopped as part of a routine traffic control. That's like from how many years ago? Yeah, from many years ago. Yeah, that's 2 years ago. That's even... Yeah, it's like 10 years ago, actually. 10 years ago. 9 years ago. Anyway. The police found an undisclosed amount of mind-altering substances stowed away under the loading area and arrested the driver on the spot. Facing charges of drug trafficking, the CEO of Cox Securities denied any involvement and claimed the driver was acting of his own accord. If the driver admits fault, he's looking at up to 1 year in prison. Conrad, how did it go with Moore's wife? Well, she doesn't seem to know what her husband is up to. I took a look around the place, though. Good. We need all the information we can get. I'm almost at Cox Building. Meet you there.
Oftentimes in our investigations, the obvious solution would turn out to be the right one. People usually acted in accordance with their interests and their emotions. Whoever we first thought did it, they often turned out to have done it. With Moore and everyone else we had met so far, it always felt that we were at least one step removed from the truth. Nothing about this case was obvious.
We need to go up here. Cox has probably been waiting for us for a while. What's with the shabby building? I thought this was a big company. This is just one of the bases of operations, apparently. Listen, Conrad, I just got a call from the AG. She ordered us to arrest Cox. What? From the AG herself? Why? I thought we were just going to question him. Did you tell the AG that we don't suspect Cox of starting the broadcast? I did, but I guess there's been a change of plans. Why does she want us to arrest him? She said that we have a strong reason to believe that he is part of the Liberators. Did she bother telling you what she's basing that on? No. No. We don't have time to waste here. Let's go get him. Do you want to do the talking? I'll see if I can have a look around in the meantime. Sure, I don't think he's going to give us trouble, but keep on your toes. He's big in the security business after all. A doorbell, very low tech. Good evening, Mr. Cox. I'm Agent Long, and this is my partner, Agent Conrad. Good evening. I'm sorry I didn't have more chairs in here. I don't have more. Well, Stan, I heard there was a break-in of Mr. Brown's watch. I expect this sort of slip-up from him. I apologize. We're not here for him, actually. Mr. Cox, you're under arrest. You're suspected of providing support for an interplanetary conspiracy. I see. Oh, dang. Gary! Wow, he just shot Gary. Put down the gun immediately. Get out of my way. You just shot a CDI agent. It's over, Mr. Cox. Oh, please don't overestimate your power. Bluff. What about your wife? Shooting an agent starts an alarm? They're already locking down the area. No, you're bluffing. I'm not. It's your last chance to surrender. F you. You won't get anything from me. Put down your weapon and turn away onto the wall. Police, drop your weapons right now. It's under control, officers. Stand out. I'm Neil Conrad, CDI. We're coming up. If we see a gun, we'll shoot. Listen to me. I'm CDI. My partner was shot and needs medical attention. Mr. Cox opened fire on us. We're coming in. No sudden movements. I will put away my gun if you keep yours pointed at Mr. Cox, okay? What's going on here? My partner and I came to question Mr. Cox. He opened fire on us without warning. Show me your badge. See, I'm CDI. God, they're definitely with him. This is my partner, Gary Long. He needs medical attention. Keep an eye on this guy, please. He's highly dangerous. I have to check on my partner. Okay. Marquez, make sure the building is clear and call for a medical team. We'll keep an eye on the perp. Gary, come, say something. I'm okay. I'm okay. Sure. I'm sure. Just hit my head when I fell. Oh, thank. You're wearing your vest. Always when I'm in the field. I see our friend is still alive. Going to be an interesting talk later. Screw you. I'm not going to tell you anything. I was not ready for that. F. Neither was I. We should have been more careful. Looks like the AG had a point when she asked us to arrest him. I told you the higher-ups know what they're doing. Let's have a look around. There's probably something in here Cox really didn't want us to see. Cox Security received the prize from the DE grant years ago. Gary, come check this out. Looks like Cox was destroying records. I think we interrupted him. Don't touch anything. I'll get a team in here to salvage whatever possible. Sounds good. What should I do next? Go home and take a few hours off. Let the adrenaline settle. Sounds good. If you found out something about those drives or the next attack or Mr. Moore, I'll give you a call. But go home. I will let the chief know what happened. Copy that. Revoke the prize. A pinboard containing work schedules and security information. Too bad Sen missed all of that. You didn't. I thought you were gone. Did not expect to get as invested in this as I am now. Yeah, I didn't expect. Like, this is the first time I play a game like this on stream. Usually, I play JRPGs on this channel, or games like Castlevania and stuff. I've never played a. This is not a point-and-click game, but some kind of adventure game like this. Where you're walking around talking to people, solving a murder. I've never played a game like this before. Guerra in transit. Hey, Neil. Hey, Cat. Everything all right? No, Laura's disappeared. What? I let her go to that stupid party. Dang it. I knew Senna was wrong about this one, but she promised she would be home over an hour ago. Have you tried calling her? Of course, but she's not answering. She's probably having fun and forgot the time, but why won't she pick up? It's not like her. Maybe the music's too loud. I'm sure she'll come home once she realizes you tried to reach her. She won't want you to worry for too long. All right. Hey, Neil, you want to swing by for a glass of wine? I'm on a train right now on my way back from work, and I'm pretty tired. Is it okay if I swing by spontaneously? Oh, yeah, of course. I'm sitting here waiting anyway. If I'm too tired to come and she's still not there in an hour, give me a call, okay? Okay. That's it. We're only going to play adventure games like this from now on. Do, 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 do. What, you don't agree? Yeah, we're talking to Cat though. Who are you asking? You're asking me? Do you like games like this? Like I said, it's like the first time we play one. Yeah, we're imagine being too tired. I presume most people talk to her. Hey, want to go up on the roof? Yeah, why not? We haven't been there in a while. It was one of the reasons why we rented the apartment, remember? Of course I do. Getting excited about things is so easy when you're 24. Offer cigarette. You want a cigarette? I don't. Yeah, you know what? F it. Still the same brand, huh? Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of it, but changing things about your life would mean too much work. Funny. Come on, it wasn't aimed at you. I'm that way too. Everyone is. So how's life going? Okay, I guess. Yours? Same. I know it's silly, but I sometimes still wonder why it didn't work out with us. There was a time when I was so sure we were a perfect match. I've asked myself the same a million times, and I came up with lots of different answers. We were too young for a kid. I was too focused on my new job. Our place was too small. I wanted to find out one good reason to explain it to myself, to make sense of it. But honestly, I think we were just bad at it. We couldn't stop fighting about the same small bullcrap. And we kept hurting each other for no reason until we reached a point of no return. That's it? Maybe you're right. But that's sad, don't you think? Yeah. Don't worry too much about Laura. I'm sure she's fine. We should be happy for her that she's having a good time at that party. You said to yourself that she had some trouble fitting in with other kids. Yeah, I know. It's just... I think about the crap I did when I was her age. That's probably why I worry about her so much. But she turned out okay, and I'm sure Laura will too. She's smart. I can barely keep my eyes open. I have to go home now before I fall off this roof. If Laura isn't home in an hour, give me a call, okay? I will. Thanks for swinging by. It was nice to be up here with you again. I'll stay a little longer. What a throwback, huh? It was nice. See you soon. What a throwback. The thing is, I don't know what's the percentage of relationships that end up working after an initial breakup. I don't think it's very high. As previously reported, Drovian Foreign Minister Joseph Banny was shot dead by an unknown assassin last night around 1:30. Attorney General Amelia Thorne announced this morning the CDI has already arrested the suspected killer, but did not elaborate on his identity or motives. Liam Campbell, chief of CDI's terror prevention unit, which was in large part responsible for Banny's visit to Rain Estate, is expected to make a statement as his own. Blah, blah, blah. Daniel Maraz, saving Prime Minister of Drovia's colonial extraordinary failure of the. Drovia today has already spoken to two key witnesses, Mr. Banny's personal bodyguards, Carl Smith and Lisa Morton. They were both present at the villa at the time of his murder. Both are reported to have been treated respectfully by the CDI, and that the Garian authorities showed a genuine concern and professionalism in the matter. Yeah, it has to be pretty low. But I mean, nothing's impossible, right? Where's my apartment again? I think it's up. I think I have to go up. Wait, I don't know where to go. Where's my apartment? I thought it was up here somewhere. No, it's here. I'm dumb. I'm D-U-M-M-E.
I met my own tired gaze in the glass. There were so many things on my mind. Laura's disappearance worried me more than I had shown. I thought maybe it had been the wrong call to let her go to that party. In hindsight, it probably wouldn't have mattered. And then there was Cox. I was curious about his explanation as to why he had opened fire on us. But mostly, I was glad that I hadn't had to shoot him.
Yeah, it depends on the reasons why you break up in the first place, but I don't think it's frequent. Welcome, Mr. Conrad. Your visitor is waiting inside. Visitor? I'm not expecting anyone. Who is it? Your visitor is ID unknown. What the? I didn't tell you that I was expecting someone. Why did you let him know? I'm sorry. I did not understand the question. Stupid effing thing. I'll see for myself. I hope they didn't kill my pet. Otherwise, I'm gonna go John Wick on you. You can put that gun away. Who are you? You got a nice place up here. They pay you well. Show me your face. Turn around. Okay. Lila? Who? Oh, right. My face. I don't like it, to be honest. Wait, it's you. You're the one who assaulted Lila. I'm Zora. Nice to meet you. Slowly put your hands up. I'm here to talk. Put your hands up or I'll be forced to shoot. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You can make your own decisions. Put your hands up now. Can we skip that part, please, and get to the bit where we talk? I'll count to 3. 1. Stop. 2. We have your daughter. I should have led with that. I knew it! I knew it! We shouldn't have let her go. You want? We took your daughter. No. You're full of crap. You can ask your exes. She's not home. You can ask, you can... Where is she? She's safe with us. You work for the Liberators, right? I have a record of your conversation with the man who shall ban me. Is stealing little girls really hard or trying to stand up for their ideals? You have to ask them. I don't know or care what they believe in. We're just getting paid. Or rather, we were supposed to. But then you showed up and botched the final step of the plan. Who's we? The kind of people you call when you want a foreign minister dead. So you're mercenaries. What do you call yourselves? It wouldn't help you even if I told you. Stealing Chief's data was part of your contract with the Liberators. So you pieced that together already. Yes. What was that on that stick that made it so important? No idea. Wait, you don't know either? I thought you had to drive. I don't. And I don't think I'll get my hands on it anytime soon. Who has it then if you don't? My superiors, if it still exists. That complicates things. I guess we'll have to move on to plan B right away. Since the handover went south, the Liberators refused to pay us. We need that data to get our money after all. This is where you come in. If you figure out what the data's about, we might be able to locate the CDI. Locate it in the CDI database and extract it. I'll send a private sheet to your cell? Like, why would I want to help her? Submit it to us once you've found out. I will do no such thing. Don't be difficult and hand me your cell for a minute, will you? Why? You don't need it to open his sheet. That's for something else. I need access to the CDI network for a moment. What for? To set up a backdoor for her back? For hack? Why are you telling me all of this? I could arrest you right here and you won't. And I doubt that you could. I'm telling you this because we work together now. The better you do your part, the sooner a client pays us and the sooner you see your daughter again. So, like this is the kind of thing, if I have a choice, I guess, like, if I don't help them, my daughter dies. If I help them, my daughter lives or something. If you do anything on my cell, they will trace it back to me. Don't worry, I'll use someone else's credentials. Whose credentials? It doesn't matter, give me a cell. At least tell me who I'd be throwing under the boss, Gary Long. What? No, his job means everything to him. Is that really more important than Laura's safety? Come on, she's your only bargaining chip. I'll try to find out what the data was about. That's got to count for something. You're definitely not increasing her chances if you don't cooperate now. No, I don't have time to think. I can't do it. I don't think you understand the severity of the situation. If you harm her, I won't do anything for you. Neil, many people in the CDI have kids. You're a monster. This is not my call. Just give me your cell. I'm not using Gary's login. Screw that. I'm using my login. Use my login. You wouldn't want to get yourself in trouble like this. No, you want me to get in trouble like this? I'm too important for you. So we agree. But it has to be your colleague's credentials. No. Use mine. Use my credentials. I'm not giving it to you. Fine. But my boss won't be happy about it. This wasn't the plan. Done. That's it then. I gave you access and I'll tell you all I find about the data. You'll let Laura go now, alright? This was just the first step. If you keep cooperating, you'll see her again soon. Please, just let her go. She doesn't have to suffer like this. I'll help you anyway, so you'll leave us alone. No can do. Sorry, it's not my call. Is this really what you want to do with your life? Murder and child abduction? I don't have time for this. We're done here. Answer my question. How do you live with your Zell? You work for the CDI. Don't you kill and abduct people all the time? Spare me your moral relativism crap. I'm not a mercenary. Sure you are. The CDI is trying to do the right thing. You do whatever the highest bidder tells you to. The right thing. What kind of childish nonsense do you believe in? You don't have to believe in anything to not be evil. I don't believe in anything in particular, and yet here you are talking about good and evil. Because we know what that is. We have intuition for it. Bull crap. There's no such thing. We invented it. No, look, this lizard over there. He's my friend. He has never done anything evil. He can't. All animals just do crap for a while and then they die. Look, are you trying to keep me talking? You can't pretend not to care about anything. In fact, I know you do. You were separated from someone you care about. What are you talking about? The sniper we caught. You care about him, don't you? You wanted to start a new life with him. You two are lovers. I'm not going to say lovers, but I'm going to say you wanted to start a new life with him. That's none of your business, but it's funny you mentioned him. Thanks to you and your colleagues, I won't ever see him again. Didn't you just tell me it was bad to put people away against their will? My daughter didn't harm anybody. Your friend killed someone and might start a war. I'll be back with more instructions.
As soon as the woman disappeared into the night, my facade slipped and I nearly collapsed on the balcony floor. I took out my cell with shaking hands and tapped on Laura's face in my contacts. Maybe. She didn't pick up. I resisted the urge to call Catherine next. I couldn't just tell her about what had happened. She knocked on my door in the early morning, but I didn't open. I tried to decide on a course of action, but I couldn't concentrate. My mind alternated between trying to remember my last conversation with Laura and conjuring up horrible images of her tied to a chair in some basement. Sometime later, my alarm rang. I got up to go to work, not sure if I was ready to talk to Kat. I must have stood outside her apartment for a few minutes when I finally made a decision.
Are we ready? So again, talk to Kat optional. Of course we're going to talk to her. Of course we will. I think it's It's way better to tell her. Neil, where the have you been? I've tried to call you a million times. I even came to your apartment. I'm so sorry. Laura still isn't home. I've called all her friends and nobody knows anything. It looks like she never went to that party. Damn, Neil. What do I do now? Listen, Cat. I know what happened to her. Cat, I know what happened to her. What? She was abducted. They took her to blackmail me. I'm so sorry. What are you saying? Who took her? I'm not sure yet. Seems like there are a group of mercenaries involved in Banny's murder. No. They promise they won't harm her if I do what they say. How can you do that to us? I didn't. It's not like I allowed them to take her. You have to tell the CDI. Maybe they can find out where she is and get her out of here. It's too risky right now. I'm afraid of what they'll do if they find out I snitched. You think that people who abduct children and murder foreign ministers give a crap about their promises? I'm still evaluating the situation. I'll do everything in my power to keep her safe. What do you want from you? They want me to look to leak information about the case I'm investigating about the Liberators. Please, Cat, trust me with this, okay? I won't let them do anything to her. I have to go. I'll call you as soon as I hear anything, and you do the same, okay? All right. I'll be here all day. Okay. Poor Cat. As long as she doesn't go crazy and tell the CDI in her stead or something, we should be good. Who's this? Dad! Laura, where are you? Why didn't you let them use the logging they wanted? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Please, Dad, they're going to hurt me if you don't listen to them. You need to get me out of here. They swear to let me go if you do what they ask. I know how important your job is to you, Laura. But how bad can the things be that they're asking you? Please, I don't want to finish my novel. I want to finish my novel. Laura, listen to me. I'll get you out of there. Stay calm and do what they say. I have this under control. We'll see each other soon. I need to go. Like, this is annoying to me. If I have to, Morning, you look pale. Are you sick? I'm fine. Hope you got some rest after yesterday's incident. Let me bring you up to speed. The chief said that he's making some announcement this morning. Didn't sound good at all. We'll see in a few minutes. We took Cox in for questioning. You can interrogate him later. First, you should talk to Saito. He's in your office and has some new intel on Moore and Cox for you. Okay, I'm on it. Listen, Conrad, I might have been a little intense these past few days. These are special circumstances. You understand that, right? Sure, it's been hard on all of us. I gotta run. I can talk to you later. What's annoying is having to decide between not putting colleagues into harm's way and having to save your daughter. Not that the choice is difficult. The problem is you have like the game the game is trying to force you to make these decisions. That's what I mean. Good morning, Neil. Saito, Gary told me you had some new intel for me. Indeed. I put everything on the pinboard over there. Let me give you a quick overview. First, I assembled some basic information on James Moore and his wife. Second, I managed to pull the recent bank statements. Maybe you'll find something useful in there. That's all I could get my hands on for now, but I got more coming tomorrow. Third, I took a look at the new CV of the guy who fired you. Who fired at you. Albert Cox. And guess what I found? He's a Savian and he grew up on Drovia. Oh, that's a surprise. I suspected he was working with the Liberators. Well, who knows? He still might. What's also interesting is that he changed his name 20 years ago. Shoot, we're running late to the meeting with the chief. Let's go. I'll tell you the rest on the way. Cox was born as Albert Bolton. His parents owned a big company at the time, Bolton Security Services. They were responsible for the safety of the Soviet colony on Drovia. You mean Sector 2? The one that blew up 40 years ago? Exactly. Bolton Security was sued into oblivion over the incident and eventually went bankrupt. When Cox finished school, he arranged his name and moved to Gara. He changed his name and moved to Gara. That's when he founded his own security company using some grant money. Thank you, Saito. Great work as always. Oh, it's nothing. I just did some advanced browsing. Before we go in, I need to ask, is everything alright? You look not great. Just didn't get enough sleep lately. Thanks for asking. I think everybody's here. Let's start. Thank you all for coming. As many of you know, I've been working for the CDI for 28 years. I've done everything in my power to defend the values of our planet stand for, the principles of freedom, tolerance, equal rights for everyone. Justice have been guiding all of my actions. I've always been proud of our work and our commitment to the Garan democracy. Sadly, the path to justice isn't always clear and we have to make difficult decisions. The murder of Joseph Banny has severely harmed the relationship between our planet and Drovia, and it puts the fragile peace in our solar system at risk. The Domestic Terrorism Division was charged with protecting Banny under my leadership. In light of our failure to do so, the Attorney General and I have agreed that the only appropriate response is for me to resign from my duties at the CDI effective immediately. I hope that the separatist groups on Drovia will consider this a sign of sincere remorse and of our intention to make up for the damage that has been done. I enjoyed working with all of you, and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that each of you will find your way on fighting for justice. I will still be in my office today if there are any open questions or issues you wanted to talk to me about. My successor will be announced by the AG in the near future. Starting tomorrow, Agent Long will be taking over my responsibilities until a permanent replacement is found. Thank you and goodbye. Oh, that's so sad. Dear Mr. Conrad, we have found 244 new offers fitting your search criteria. And only a few clicks, you can make your dream home a reality. Take a look today. Rachel Garner, Sunlight Real Estate. Talk to the chief. We're absolutely going to talk to the chief. I can't go up here. I can't imagine people not doing these. Hey Conrad, how can I help you? I understand. I wanted to say goodbye. It was good working for you. Thank you, appreciate it. I have to admit I'm surprised by your decision. It's not like you could have done much more to protect Danny. Come on, comrade. We both know that doesn't matter. Heads needed to roll for this. Why did we arrest Cox? You were fired for something else. You were fired for something else, didn't you? You have the cleanest track record. I can't imagine they'll throw you out over your first slip-up. I wasn't fired. I resigned. It isn't... Is it about the data that stole from you? Come on, something isn't right here. This is the first time I've ever denied access to information relevant to a case we're investigating. This one is out of your league. Just respect the chain of command. I see, Chief. Why did we arrest Cox? I mean, it looks like it was the right call, but we didn't know at the time. And why didn't you give us the arrest order yourself? The AG didn't tell me why she wanted to do it, so I refused to give the order. So you don't know either? Nope. Seems like it's classified, same as the information on that stick. I have to pack up my things now. I wish you all the best for your career at the CDI. Thank you. Conrad, you're a smart man. Keep your eyes open. Sad. Oh, I think Gary might be here. I did not expect this. That was unexpected. I can't believe I'm standing in for the chief. I never thought they would pick me. I have to call my wife. Guess I'll be doing some overtime in the next few days. Did you think it's strange that the AG fired him? Got to admit she never really liked him. Maybe she was waiting for the opportunity. Someone had to get fired for Maddie's death, just for the politics, don't you think? Maybe, but the chief always did an excellent job. It didn't have to be him. I'm not thrilled about it either, but we should focus on the Liberator's threat. I don't want to start my new job with a string of terror attacks. Let's recap what we got so far. Listen up, squad. Time for a little wrap-up. I suppose you're all surprised, as I am, about your chief's sudden retirement. However, we need to focus on the Liberators and their plans now. Let's go over everything we've got so far once more. Drovia's foreign minister, Banny, was shot last night by a sniper who goes by the name of Boyd. Boyd then went to see a woman called Zora, which seems to have been a deviation from their original plan. He convinced her to hand him a stick with confidential stolen data. The next morning, Boyd met another man to hand him that data, Abraham Gonzalez, CEO of Drovian company Power Up. We were able to extract a deleted message from Gonzalez's cell, which proves that someone paid him to fetch the stick and send the data to an unknown address once it was outside of the Garian network. This leads us to believe that data cannot be sent unnoticed via the web, which applies only to the best kept secrets of the Garian government. We don't know who paid either of them, but the message to Gonzalez was sent via an encrypted channel on the Mirror-Keers network. That means that it must be one of the higher-ups of a large publicly traded company. We don't know what was on a data stick because we don't know what was on data stick. On the data stick because we haven't been cleared for access yet. Yesterday morning, an anti-Sabian terror group calling themselves the Liberators publicly broadcast a video in which they claim responsibility for Banny's murder. They also announced a second attack within 48 hours. Their broadcast was sent from the Ad Spot building. They operate all the billboards across the city. At the time the video started, the building was being guarded by a Cox security employee. We have reason to believe that the perpetrator was another employee of the same company, James Moore. His wife says that he went on a holiday at Manami Tree Resort, but he never turned up there. We are currently running a plant-wide search for him, but without success so far. The CEO of Cox Security, Albert Cox, opened fire on Agent Conrad and myself when we went to arrest him. Why were you arresting Cox? It was an order from the DAG. Conrad convinced Cox to surrender. We arrested him and brought him in for questioning. He had been in the process of destroying hard drives before we arrived. Our IT department is currently trying to restore what's left of the data. Do we think that Cox is a key figure behind the Liberators? He certainly is involved with them in some way, but he doesn't have access to the Mirror-Keers network. We have to assume that there's some bigger fish behind Cox. What's also strange is that he is a Sabian himself. He grew up on Drovia. Our current priority is to prevent any further attacks. Colroy, I want you to support the ongoing manhunt for James Moore. Young, we brought some stuff back from Cox's office. Work your magic on it. Let us know if you find something. Saito, keep gathering as much information as you can on our prime suspects. Conrad, you should check whether you can establish a motive why Moore would support the Liberators. Take a look at all the evidence we've got, including the information Saito put on our pin board. You should also have a chat with Cox. We brought him to the interrogation room in the basement. Roger that. That's all for now. One last thing. Do any of you guys know how Agent Reed from the response team is doing? I do. He was hit by 2 high-velocity rounds that penetrated his vest. He can't move his right arm, and it's a long way to recovery, but he'll get there. Thanks for letting me know. We should send some flowers to the hospital. Now, right now. Let's go to work. Come back to me when you got something. Whoa. Okay, no, that's why we don't play. That's why we don't only play games like this, because this is worse than an RPG. Too much talking. Oh my goodness. Cyber implants. Pregnancy test. Why did he get a salary of 10,000 all of a sudden? James Moore, married to Evelyn Moore, junior security professional for Bamboo Security Agency, senior security professional for Cox Security Services, fined for bodily harm, fined for attempted theft, 6 months prison for transporting illegal substances. Brain enhancement, resistance against mind-altering drugs, extended field of view, shortened reaction time, increased hand-eye coordination. Wait, can I go down? Doesn't seem like it. Evelyn Moore, married to James Moore, mining professional for Millix Mining, fined for petty larceny. Well, it's 200 GHD, okay? I'm supposed to find some discrepancy here, but I don't know what it is. I guess it's the salary, because the original salary on 420 is 600, and on 501 it's freaking 10,000. There's something weird about the salary. It's interesting that he only paid $4 when he went to the bar, though. The second time. The data is about that took place in on Moore's motive is most likely. I don't want to do bad math. It's not math. There's nothing mathy about it. Good afternoon, Mr. Cox. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'm waiting for my legal team. You fired my partner. Care to explain? Probably don't need to tell you that you didn't make the best impression. Your behavior and your company's involvement in yesterday's broadcast make it look like you're somehow involved with the Liberators. A quick look at your biography showed that you are a Saviant, and you grew up on Drovia. It doesn't make sense to me that you support an anti-Savian terror group. 25 years ago, you moved to Gara. Why? Sometimes life forces you to do things you don't want to. You don't like it here? I don't. Why not? Why don't you ask that yourself and your fellow Garians? You consider Drovians your enemy and Savians backwards radicals. If you have the choice between hiring a Garian or Drovian, you hire the Garian. All the missions we ever get come from Dorovia. Why haven't you gone back then? Because my compatriots are happy to have a reliable partner for the companies here on Gara. We escort their goods, offer them personal security, you name it. Your parents had a security company as well, didn't they? It was responsible for security at Sector 2. Looks like they didn't do such a good job with Sector 2 blowing up and all. You know nothing about my parents. I've already said enough. I'll wait for my lawyers now. Submit the sheet. Moore's motive. His sick wife is definitely his nationalism. There's nothing else. Alright. His drug addiction. Looks like a motive can be established. You should pay his wife another visit. She didn't seem to know everything yesterday. Maybe she'll tell you more if you confront her with her husband's motive. Roger that. See you there. I still have 2 of them. Case closed. I don't know what happens if you get it wrong. Like, you should play this game and get everything wrong just to see what happens. The train started moving before the doors closed. Just funny.
Once again enveloped by the smell of the market, I thought back to the man I had been when Kat had brought me here. How did it all go so wrong? Deep down, I knew the answer. I was just too scared to commit to my family. It was so much easier to care about something that didn't have to like you back. That wouldn't go away if you didn't want it to. For me, that was my job. But ironically, protecting myself like that only made it hurt so much worse. Now that Laura was out of my reach, the pain of being separated was only amplified by the knowledge that I had missed so many opportunities to be with her.
Hello, Mrs. Moore. Oh, it's you again. Hello. Sorry to disturb you a second time. I need to ask you a few more questions. You're still after my husband. I told you he's on vacation on Femus. He isn't. We checked the ID scanners at all spaceports on Gara and Femus. He never left the planet. You must have overlooked something. Listen, I love James, but he's just a poor devil. Shouldn't the CDI be taking care of the big fish? James isn't one of them. I think you are underestimating your husband. He might be about to make a grave mistake. Did you see the Liberator's video yesterday? It was hard to miss. Yeah. We have reason to believe that your husband is affiliated with them. Seriously, that's what you came up with? He might have sold drugs or started a fight once or twice, but this is completely out of his league. We did some research and it seems like your husband has a strong motive. He's a nationalist and he sees an opportunity to stick it to the Saviant minority. What are you on about? We're not even from Gara. James was born in Femus. He's certainly not a nationalist. In fact, we both kind of hate it here. Fine, but it looks like... I don't care what it looks like to you. You're on the wrong track. Please leave me alone now. You're wasting my time, and that's saying something. If you need a culprit, go talk to Cox. He's about rich enough to be an actual criminal. Well, typical hey. Oh no, you startled me. What do you want? Check in with how your investigation is going, but not here. Too crowded. Follow me. Come on. Leave me alone, Zora. Follow Zora. Where is she? I didn't even see move. Wait. Where's Zora? Damn it. I didn't see her. I don't even know where she was. Which way? Oh. This is better. The hell are you doing here? Are you following me? I told you I'd get back to you. Again, anything new on our client or what they're planning to do next? Not yet. Still working on it. That's disappointing. I need some results if I'm going to protect your daughter. We're making good progress. I'll have something for you soon, okay? I hope so. Want a beer? Oh my gosh. Do I want a beer with Zora? Yes. A beer? Yeah, business talk is over. Are you calling destroying my life a business? I guess so. Hey, listen. You know, I thought about what you said. I don't think I'm good, or have ever been, but I will say this. I talked to your daughter today. She's a good kid. I do not like the prospect of her getting hurt, so please don't mess up. How can you? Then get her out of there, please. Will ya? My boss won't let that happen. It's all in your hands. Okay, her boss is William. If you don't find anything about their next target soon, we'll need your help with the hack. The back door was set up successfully from your cell. Let's hope we won't have to use it. I have to admit, that was pretty ballsy of you to protect your partner like that. You could even call it selfless. I don't think there's such a thing. No matter what you tell yourself, at the end of the day, you do what you do for your own gain. Sometimes it's a few layers removed, but in the end, it's all selfishness with extra steps. No, I disagree. I absolutely disagree with that. Philosophically speaking, maybe not, but practically speaking, I'll say I'll disagree. This is just a convenient way to justify the effed up things that you do. Nihilism can be used as a shield, just like faith. It's convenient to say nothing matters because it makes being in this world hurt a little less. But even if you don't like the thought of harming Laura, do you? I think you're doing your best to ignore your conscience. You will have to face it at some point. Not if I die first. Well, this has been fun. Break is over. I have some business to take care of. I'll check in again soon. Maybe I had to say I agree. Maybe the conversation would have lasted longer. I don't know. Who knows? We'll never know. Conrad, how did it go? Any news from Moore's wife? Not really. If Moore's behind all of this, then she doesn't know about it. F, the attack's going down tomorrow morning and we still have no clue what's going to be. How's it possible that we don't get a grip on those guys? Looks like the only thing we can do is ramp up security all over Guerra and hope that they won't go through with their attack. Go home and get some sleep. Talk to you later. I got emails. Hello, this is Ed, the guy from the harbor. Wanted to talk to you again for buying me my spot back. Had a beer in the hearing tonight with my friends Fred and Quinn. I'll buy you one too if you're ever at the Arbor. Wait, I want to go at the Arbor. How do I go at the harbor? Is it in this area? It's not in this area, is it? Because you can only go at the harbor through, like, the train. don't think it's here. She lost interest instantly. Yeah. I said I disagree because, like, technically, like some people really try to be selfless and help other people out. Like some people truly care about others. So from a more like of a basic practical, not practical, but theoretical point of view, I agree that it's possible to be selfless. But if you really want to go and think about it deeply, is it really possible? Because even if people do things for others, ultimately you feel good about yourself, right? So you're helping others because it makes you feel good about yourself. So ultimately you're still helping others out because you feel good about helping others out. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like essentially speaking, probably everyone's doing things just for themselves, but like, yeah. From a general point of view, you know, some people do try to be nice to other people. Hey, I can smoke a cigarette here. I don't know how to go. I guess I gotta take the train to go to the harbor, but I want to go see. Hey, how do I leave? I really want to go talk to Ed. This is a secret spot. Veggie buffet. I think I missed out on Ed. Talk to cat, go to sleep. No! Like, how do I go to the harbor? I don't know. That sucks. There must have been a way to go to the harbor. Dumpling kitchen. I feel like this is not the area. Hey Saito, was it? Neil, I have good news. Our IT department finally managed to retrieve some of the data Cox was trying to destroy. Most of it are bills and contracts that aren't important for a case. Still pretty illegal though. But they also found a message that caught my eye. Like the one to Gonzalez, it was sent via a more curious network. Pretty sure it comes from whoever's behind the Liberators. I'll forward it to your cell. Good work, Saito. I'll have a look at it tomorrow morning. Need to catch up some sleep first. Sounds like we're finally making headway in our investigation. See you tomorrow. Albert, it's been a while since we last talked. I hope you're doing well. First, I'd like to thank you for the good work over the years. I'm glad that fellow Drovian is taking care of securing our Telanium transports on Gera. Second, I have a proposal to make since our cooperation has been going so well. I thought we could extend it to a little. I could use your help with an operation I've been planning for a few years now. It doesn't come without risk, but I can assure you that the payment will be good, and even more importantly, that the mission promises a bright future for both our companies and a revenge for what happened to your parents. Let me know if you're interested. Yours. Aha! What happened to your parents? And after Navbani's death and this shocking announcement, the situation in Drovia has come to a head. Large demonstrations and some violent clashes with security, some of which were allegedly instigated by Soviet front members, have rocked the colony over the past 24 hours. Multiple stores, most of them Garian owned, have been demolished and looted. Protesters were holding signs demanding Drovian self-governance. Others warned of repercussions for Garian murderers. In a statement this afternoon, Prime Minister Marev ordered the protesters to refrain from violence, but also assured them that Gera would see severe consequences for what transpired. Meanwhile, Garian Soviet Council urged President Robertson to do everything in his power to prevent any further attacks and anything else that could escalate the situation. Savians on Gera are fearing for their lives. Their spokesman, Ivan Broker, said, "We've heard many reports of people staying home instead of going to school or work because they're terrified. Gera's authorities and terrorism experts seem baffled by the Liberators' sudden emergence. They came out of nowhere," says Professor Melissa Whalard, expert on political extremism at Millennia University. "They did not emerge from an existing known movement, which is very rare and frankly strange." Heading left from the subway station? No, look, I can't. It only works. This only works if you are in the proper chapter that brings you to this area. I'm not in the area that where I can go to the harbor. There's no harbor in this area. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know how I can... Maybe later I'll be able to go back there and go talk to Ed, I guess. I guess I just can't reach it now. So let's just move on. Neil, anything new? Nope. Shh, I'm still scared. What if those people are lying to you? What if they never planned on letting her go? I've talked to them. They assured me they're only after data. They'll keep their word, okay? Tell you what, if I don't have her back by tomorrow, I'll come clean and ask the CDI for help. Okay? Okay, sounds good. Hey, Neil. I'm glad I'm not alone in this. Same. I kind of miss talking to you these last few years. I'm so sorry I didn't spend more time with you and Laura. I just couldn't. It hurt. I know how selfish that sounds, and it is. It sucks. No, I understand. I can relate. I always ask you to take care of Laura more, but sometimes I felt like doing it by myself was easier than seeing you again and again. Hugger! Ooh! I don't know if the game wants me to do that. Okay, maybe the game wanted me to do that. I'll get home and catch some sleep. See you tomorrow. Okay, see you. You never know. You never know what the game wants you to do. Because she might have been like, "What are you doing?" And then pushed me out or something. You know, it's always a 50-50 thing here.
asking yourself how I remained functional throughout all of this? How I
Nope.
didn't just collapse under the pressure and the looming prospect of losing my daughter forever? I think the truth is that over the years, I had gotten really, really good at tuning out the voice that always tormented me, that had always told me horrible shit. This was just adding to it. More to repress, more bubbling beneath the surface. Maybe if it had gone on for long enough, I would have imploded sooner or later.
She's still there. There you are. Zora. What is it this time? Still nothing new in the next attack? Nope. I need a little more time. My boss is starting to think, when I picked the wrong guy to work with, he decided to give you your morale a little boost. No, please leave Laura alone. Neil, I told you I didn't call the shots. My boss is getting impatient. She was moved from her room to one of her interrogation cells. It's pretty damp and cold in there. Just a matter of time until she gets sick. You freaking monsters. If she gets harmed in this, Neil, I'll find the guy, okay? Tomorrow. Give me until tomorrow. Neil, listen to me. Forget the guy. It's taking too long. New plan. We're willing to give you one last chance. We'll have to rely on the back door to the CDI network after all. Taking data seems to be the best way to get our money right now, but we need your help to go through with it. Here's how this will go. At 7 o'clock tonight, her hackers will commence the attack. But it will only work if we have someone who's physically at the CDI computer at the time. A new user named 4x458 will pop up and request admin privileges that you'll have to grant. Zora, I have no idea what that means or how it works. I don't even know if my cat can do that. I was afraid you'd say that. I guess you'll have to ask a system administrator to help you out. How do you think that'll go? Hey, IT, could you help me invite some hackers into a network? Isn't there someone in your team you can ask? Someone who will believe you if you tell them you're doing the right thing. You know, you're talking about Saito. I can't. What if he says no? That's for you to figure out. You're good with words. Force him if you have to. Once we're in, we won't have much time until we're kicked from the system automatically. We have mere seconds to navigate to the right folder. In order to make it in time, we need to have an idea where to find the data, for which in turn, we'll have to know what that data is about. And that's your job to find out. How is that sheet going that I sent you? I'm making progress, but I'm not sure if I have all the information I need. Then hurry up. You'll have to submit by 1900 so we can start the hack. Damn it! I'm gonna go with I'm not doing any of this. I'm not asking you this time. If you're not cooperating now, this is for Laura. I'm sorry. I'll call you once you've sent me the sheet. Make sure you're on a CDI computer, which your friend to let us in. Put the data on the stick and hand it to us at 11 tonight. I'm sending you the coordinates to our meeting spot. It's a bit further out, so make sure to be on your way in time. If we get the data tonight, I promise you'll have Laura back tomorrow. It will be the last thing we ask of you. How am I supposed to believe you'll let Laura go? You can't. You have to take my word for it. If I drag Saito into it and he tells anyone, I'll lose my job. I'll probably go to prison. Throw me a bone. I need to know if she'll be fine if I do this. Tell me it makes a difference to you. It can't mean nothing to you to take a young life. It isn't up to me. You keep saying that, but isn't it really? Do you have zero control over what happens? If you can do something, please tell me it isn't all the same to you if she lives or dies. Do what I say she'll live, okay? But what if these things go south? If Saito won't help me, if we don't have the right folder? You keep dodging the question. Tell me a human life has some value to you. It would end at some point anyway. Give me a break. Everything is so easy if nothing means anything. Whatever. Your badge and gun betray you. You're a murderer like me. You're wrong about that. There's only one person whose death I'm directly responsible for. And you know what? It F's me up. It's been years and it still F's me up. Is that so? I was chasing down the perp in a car, lost control, and crashed into a building. The woman inside was dead on the spot, so quickly that she couldn't feel any pain or fear. It's what they said to me. And didn't put you away for it? No, they didn't. Look, most people are garbage. There's a good chance the world is better off without her. What about you? How do you classify yourself then? Oh, definitely garbage. Wouldn't you agree that the world would be better off without most people in it? Oh, this is annoying because I don't agree with either answer. No, I kind of agree with the second one. Human life is an inherent value. I don't agree human life is an inherent value and a bad person can always change. I've said what I came here to say. You know what needs to be done. Sora. Hey, buddy. What's up, Drew? How's it going? Shh. I think it was a mistake. There was just it was missing a semicolon. What do you mean you don't want us? What do you mean? No, I said it. I just had to answer fast.
After I woke up, I stared at the ceiling for a while. Zora's words rang in my head. 7 o'clock tonight. I had to do what they asked of me, but I wasn't sure where the data they wanted was stored. I was running out of time. I sat up and made a decision. The sheet on the Liberators. I needed to complete it now. I had a feeling that all the puzzle pieces were there. If I found out who was in charge of the Liberators, I might finally understand what the data was all about and where to look for it. Or maybe I could force them to pay Zora's boss so he'd let Laura go.
Okay, the name of the company behind the Liberators is... what? I have no idea. Is it Norton? I think it's Norton. Or is it Dyson? They're based on Androvia, right? Dang, I don't know. I do not know. Are you guys following anything at all? Why doesn't anybody know? Ah, oh, damn it. So how do I click the question mark at the bottom? I can't. Where's Coop's troops? He would have helped me. I think I had to remember. Where's the list? Okay. So it's either Dyson or Norton. I don't think it's... It must be Dyson. Because it's Dyson, Androvia, Mining, Telenium. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't see anything else. Unless I'm wrong. Is Dyson, Drovia, Mining, Telenium. I think that's it. Okay, let's go for Dyson. Dyson on Drovia. Mining. Telenium. Now, do we want to cheat or do we just go? Like, do we? I could look up the answer, or we could just go with what we think. What do you guys say we're doing? Do we cheat or do we just go and see what happens? Oh, you know what I found? No cheats. Okay. You know what I found though by looking? That answer I gave about the answer being is nationalism. The actual answer was a sick wife. The real answer was that the guy who shot us, it was for his sick wife. That was the real answer. I made a mistake for some reason. All right. Let's just do this then. Oh, you saw that too? All right, let's not cheat and go. I can't think of anything else because we haven't heard of any of the other companies. Except, yeah, no, that's what it is.
Abbott Dyson. All the signs pointed towards him and his company. I didn't feel like I had the full picture just yet, but some aspects finally made sense to me. None of the people we had encountered seemed to support what the Liberators claimed to stand for. This wasn't a Garian terror group at all. It was Drovians, Savians, hired guns, and business people, all working for one man's false flag operation. What was he trying to accomplish? Stir up enough trouble to force the solar system into a war? I had talked to Dyson the morning after Banny's death. He was still in Gara, hiding in plain sight, and I still had his number. I considered my options. We needed to arrest him. But maybe we could have a chat first. Just the two of us. Once the CDI had him, he wouldn't be able to talk freely. I took out my cell and tapped his face in my contacts.
I wonder if this this thing would have been completely different according to a different answer. Morning, Mr. Tyson. This is Neil Conrad, Mr. Dyson, with the CDI. Agent Conrad, how can I help you? There's something I'd like to talk to you about in person. Could we meet on a train that stops at Louisville in half an hour? I have an important call in 10 minutes. Can we make an appointment for tonight? This can't wait. If you insist, I'll tell my secretary to tell you my call. Thanks. See you in a bit. Yeah, I know you mentioned it, but I thought you were joking. Like I wasn't. You did anyway. Yeah, I wonder if I had chosen a random company that we've never heard about. Would there have been a voiceover for that company too? Like, what if I have chosen a food company about whatever? I don't know. It's weird to me. May Industries. Their fruits must have been poison for the inhabitants of Drovia. I never liked their apples. They always had a bad aftertaste in my. They always left a bad aftertaste in my mouth. I don't know. I don't know what he would have said. Because some companies in that list we've never ever talked about once, so I really wonder what happened. It could be worth the try.
My heart was pounding. Would Dyson really come, or did I spook him? Did he suspect I was onto him? It would be a while until I found out, so I sat down and took a deep breath. At least I had a little time to think about what to say to him if he showed up.
What is it, Gary? Conrad, we're too late. What do you mean? The second attack, there was an explosion at Corian Church during the Savian's morning prayer. 8 people are dead and many more injured. F. Come on, come to the church immediately. I'm on my way. Wait, did I fail something? Does that mean that I failed? Is that what I mean? Now I really wonder if I made the wrong decision. If I gave the wrong answer. Mr. Dyson. Good evening, Agent Conrad. Oops, let's get straight to the point. I have sufficient proof that you were part of or even all of the Liberators. That's a big accusation to throw around. What proof would that be? I know you hired mercenaries to kill Banning and to steal some data from the Chief's cell. You also instructed Conks to broadcast the Liberator's message and to bomb Corian Church. Is there anything else going on that endangers if there's anything else that endangers people's lives, you need to tell me right now. If you are so sure of all that, why didn't CDI just arrest me? I want to know why you did it. You're saving it from Drovia. What's more, your company suffers financially from operating inside an unfree colony. You have all the reason to support Drovian independence. I do support Drovian independence, but not for economic reasons. Man, that word is... Don't you think the status quo is unacceptable in a modern society? GR forces us to hand over all the fruit of our labor, like we live in feudal times, only to resell it at an incredible profit. Your planet exploits and enslaves my people for its own financial gain. If that's how you see it, why did you create an anti-Savian, anti-emancipation terrorist group? All Drovia needs to finally explode is a spark. All Drovia needs to finally explode is a spark. I've provided just that. Did you read the news today? Drovian resistance against its oppressors have never been stronger. So you admit it. You did it to lend momentum and legitimacy to Savian revolution. To push public opinion on Drovia to a point where a secession war seems inevitable. A secession war. But they were already negotiating. Why didn't you just support the banning on the summit? Joseph was in no position to change things. The whole summit was a big dog and a pony show. History teaches us that you can't obtain independence the peaceful way. If you want it, you take it. And a war is worth it for you, especially considering that Drovia is unlikely to win it. If a war is what it takes, we have to try. Besides, New Joran will take our side, if any. You know, I'm really not buying your man of the people spiel. This is all about your company's bottom line. Think of it any way you want, it doesn't matter. The way I see it, I am using my influence and money to fight for the right cause. Don't you think thousands of innocent lives are a prohibitively high price to pay? It's interesting you bring that up, being a CDI agent yourself. What are you talking about? The data I've been wanting to get my hands on, did you have a look at it? No. It contains classified information about the Sector 2 incident, which also cost thousands of innocent lives. But just as importantly, Savians lost the right to self-governed colony on Drovia. Gear cited a charter that had made up itself and launched an independent investigation, which identified major construction and security flaws as causes of the disaster. I'm familiar with the incident. What are you getting at? Those backward Savians don't believe in real science, so they don't know how to build a safe colony. Sounds convincing, doesn't it? What if I told you that the colony was sabotaged by Gear? That would be ridiculous. The operation was launched out of fear and greed. A saving colony of the biggest Telenium source in the system, free to trade with New Joran. Losing the Telenium race could have meant losing supremacy over the solar system. That's an interesting development because I did not expect that. They couldn't allow that to happen. Who are you talking about? A number of politicians and other elites, and of course the CDI as their executive force. Your AG, Amelia Thorne, she was director of the CDI at the time. Before you judge me, look at the people you work for and what they did. I know so many people who died or lost someone in the incident. So many more who lost their livelihoods. No, this is too big. So many people would have had to stay quiet for it to stay a secret for so long. Well, it will come out, and not that many people know. Who knows at the CDI? Does Gary know? The chief? The director? Everybody involved in is retired by now, except Miss Thorne. But some people must know. There are records of it. They will see the light of day soon enough. I know that the mercenaries you hired are working on getting them back. They abducted my daughter and blackmailed me into helping them. I'm sorry to hear that. They did not act on my behalf when they took your daughter. Listen, Mr. Dyson. Ah, crap. I won't arrest you if you pay them now. You can go? Damn it. The mercenaries will free my daughter as soon as they get the money you promised them. I won't arrest you if you pay them. It doesn't make much of a difference to me if you arrest me. I might have to do time, but I have the best lawyers in the system. What I care about is that the data becomes public. Get it, and the mercenaries will be paid. Once they send it over, it will get leaked even if I am in prison. I have people making sure of that. It doesn't matter what you care about. I want my daughter back. Pay them. Ooh. I would consider it, but I missed the window. The transaction expired. I see. I guess technically we should arrest him, but I mean, you're getting off the train with me at the next stop. I'm thinking maybe letting him go would be a better decision in this case. So I can't let you get away with this, but until we arrive, I have some final questions. Tell me. What do you know about Laura's abductors? Not much, to be honest. You probably figured out most of it already. They're a secret group of mercenaries, and they run big operations in the whole solar system. If you want a high-profile job done, you go to them. Where's their HQ? And where are they keeping my daughter? I don't know. They're very secretive. They only meet you in public places, or they come to you. I see. Tell me. Why does Cox help you? I imagine bombing a church isn't something you can just pay any security company to do. Albert's parents were old friends of mine. Their company was in charge of security at Sector 2. They went bankrupt after the explosion. Some people put the blame for the incident on them. They're getting death threats to this day. I supported them and their son financially. As you can imagine, Cox has every reason to want revenge for what Guerra did to his family. Why work with the mercenaries when you already had Cox's guys to do your dirty work? Parts of the plan were out of his wheelhouse. I see. That's all for now. We'll get out next stop. I'll inform my colleagues that we are coming. Well. Now, I don't know if it's trying to get you to do that, but it's always giving you the opportunity to do that. So, I don't know. Because I don't know what the right answers are. I don't know what the game expects of you. Maybe it doesn't expect anything. I don't know. I don't know. You're really sure about this, Conrad? I am. Take him back to HQ. Okay, good job. Mr. Dyson, you are coming with me. Thank you. Hey, Conrad. This is a big win. Keep that in mind when you're up there. We're doing the best we can here. Hey, what's happening? Directly side with enemy. I have no idea what's happening. Did my game glitch? Did my controller glitch? What the heck? Last saved 1 minute ago. I can't do anything. Like, I can't move anymore. He started walking to the right by himself and I can't move. Please tell me my game is not glitched. You noticed? Yeah, I know, but maybe that's just... That's, the game's not pushing you to do it. It's asking if you want to do it. Imagine that's the end. Bad ending. You go against the wall and can't do anything. Oh yeah, the game glitches here. Amazing. The game's glitched. The game dies here. The game dies! Like now he just stopped. Like now I can't move. I'm not even against the wall now. So the Switch version has not been tested properly. That's what it means. What if I plug another controller in? Oh, I'm so sad. Because I can still press on some buttons. It's not like the game is frozen. See, I can make this. But nothing else is working at all. You know, I can still go back to this and, you know, move stuff. But nothing is working. That's so stupid, man. It was not even worth the $2. That's so stupid. Like, there's no, that's because these games are ported to other consoles, but they're not play tested. So this is what happens. And then what's even worse is that sometimes companies cares, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes you can send an email, for example, to the developer, and they can be like, whatever, we don't have time for this. We're working on another game now. Or they might fix it. Don't know. Oh, I can move. No! It got frozen. I should just move left. I tried to go talk to this guy, and it froze. Okay, let me see if I can bypass this by just moving left. Let's see if it works. Add your names to the credit. It's such a weird glitch. Sometimes seems like it can. Sometimes I made it to the wall. Sometimes I get stuck before. What a weird glitch. Okay. If I go left, it works. Q. You don't think it's a known glitch? Yep. Guess it isn't. Alright, I fixed it. Is that the ending? What happened? Conrad, Conrad, you really found the mastermind behind the Liberators. Finally, some good news. I just hope that this whole crap show is over now. Why did Dyson do it? I'll explain everything later, okay? Fill me in on the attack. Okay, here's what we know. The bomb was placed somewhere in the attic. It went off this morning at 10:03 during Mass. The church was packed. At least 17 people were injured, some severely. 8 people are dead. Do we know who did it? Yes, James Moore planted the bomb. F. I was on his trail, but I know. But we didn't stop him. He just didn't turn up on any ID scanners prior to the attack. Yeah, we knew about James Moore. Why did this happen? He must have been holed up in the hotel for the past few days. We finally turned up on the radar half an hour ago. He was trying to get into the space elevator and got arrested on the spot. The police said he already half confessed his involvement when they confronted him. So we got him. Where's he now? Right over there. The police just arrived to hand him over to us. We should have a chat with him. What? Interrogate him right now, right here out in the open without a strategy? Without time to lose, don't you get it? There cannot be another attack. If he has accomplices out there, we need to find out. Hold on, you're afraid. You think you might not get another chance because they'll take us off the case. Let's go talk to him. Okay. Agent Kumar, thank you, officers Neil, right on time. Mr. Moore, Agents Gary Long and Neil Conrad, CDI, we know that you set off the explosive. What are the Liberators planning next? What? No, the Liberators? I don't know. You have to believe me. I didn't know this had anything to do with the Liberators. I was told the building would be empty. The bomb was fired late. Nobody was supposed to get hurt. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Well, boo-hoo for you. People tend to get hurt in bomb attacks. Why'd you do it? My wife is sick. I need the money. It was all about paying the bills. And yes, I was told that the whole thing was a chance to get back at Millix for what they did to my wife. Get back at Millix? How so? I don't know any details, I swear. I wasn't allowed to ask questions. I don't have anything against Savians. Nobody was supposed to die. Oh, wait. Did we get the wrong answer? We were supposed to choose Millix in the previous sheet. Was Millix the answer? I don't know. I'm confused now. Who hired you? Mr. Cox told me what to do. He offered me money. I didn't know what I was getting into, I swear. What exactly did Cox tell you? Not much. He handed me the device for the hack at AdSpot, and he told me where to place the bomb. How did he procure the explosives? I don't know. They're not part of our equipment. He must have gotten it from somewhere else. From whom? I don't know. Okay? Shh. 8 people. What have I done? Alright, I think that's all for now. If you come up with anything else, you have to tell us immediately. Conrad, you should go have a look inside the church. Jung is upstairs trying to analyze the explosives. Maybe she's got something already. Alright. Damn. Damn. I think we may have been wrong about the sheet when we chose Dyson. I don't know. I'm confused now. You missed. Hey Neil, what's up? It's been 5 years at the CDI, and days like this don't get any easier. There's a lot of blood downstairs. Yeah, well, at least you can be sure it's not on your hands. Come on, Neil, you know what? This is not how it works. We're not in a movie where the hero catches the bad guy in the end. We're not in a movie. We're in a video game. All we can do is try our best. Sometimes it's just not enough. I know you're right, but it's hard to feel that way right now. How are your analysis going? Trying to find out what type of explosive was used. I don't have much hope. This was some powerful stuff for sure. So far, I'm not having any success finding out what exactly. Well, if anyone can do it, it's you. Thank you. Maybe if I find a better sample, let's talk later, okay? Alright, I'll get back to HQ.
Over the years at the CDI, I had seen some pretty bad shit. Homicide, mass suicide, human trafficking, rape. Some of those memories were burnt into my brain, but I never knew in the moment if something would stick with me or not. This was different. I knew right away I would never forget the sight of those mangled corpses under the rubble. The sight alone was horrid, but the worst part was the gnawing feeling that I could have prevented all this.
I think you can actually prevent all of this. From what I've seen, I think this is preventable, but we failed at preventing it. We're getting like the worst possible ending, guys. I'm not surprised.
I was supposed to write a report on my findings in the Liberator's case, but I wasn't able to concentrate for even a second. First, I needed to wait for my colleagues to go home to be alone with Saito. He always worked late. But then what? What if he refused to help me? The idea of having to force him was devastating. He was my friend, after all. When I finally managed not to think about it anymore, a much more dire thought crept up on me. Laura might die tonight. And if she did, it would be my fault.
Can Laura actually die? I bet you your daughter can die if you make a mistake. I have to submit the sheet. Do we have enough info? I wonder if Saito's in his office right now. I'm supposed to submit the sheet, but let me see. In any case, we're gonna get it wrong, right? We are so getting it wrong. So many. There he is. Oh, I have to submit the sheet before I talk to him, I guess. Okay. The data. The data is about the Sector 2 incident. District 6 explosion. Hope scandal. What? The data is about the Savient attack? No, Sector 2 incident. In... Oh, you gotta be kidding. I don't remember which year it was. What year are we in right now? We are in... Oops. We are in 1840, so it should be in 800 because it was 40 years ago. '40th adventure. Okay, so If I'm not mistaken, it's an 1800. And it's on Drovia. I think that's it. Sector 2 incident in 1800 on Drovia. That must be it. We'll hope it's good. Hey, Saito. Hey, you're working late. Listen, there's something I need to talk to you about. Of course, what's the matter? Saito, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Is everything alright? No, it's not. My daughter. Laura was abducted and the people who took her want something from me. I need your help to get it for them. What? Laura was abducted? When? By whom? By a group of mercenaries. I'm so sorry, Neil. What's the CDI's plan of action? The CDI? What do you think the people would do if I told the CDI about it? Wait, you didn't tell anyone else at the CDI? No, look, we don't have much time. The mercenaries want me to help them get the data back that they stole from the chief. They managed to create a backdoor to the CDI network. They can briefly alter the access rights to the folder they want from the CDI database, but they won't be able to retrieve it. They can only be done from a local computer. That's where you come in. You're a sysadmin, right? You have to grant a request to access for access to a specific folder you're not usually able to see. They're not usually able to see. You're not usually. They'll pull all the data from that folder to your local drive, put it on a stick, and give it to me. They made it clear it was not to be sent over the web. Okay, listen. Holy muck. I'll bring them the data and then I'll get Laura back. Neil, you realize that you can't trust those people, right? Why are you so convinced that they'll hold up their end of the bargain? If you want to save Laura, you have to ask higher ups at the CDI for help. I don't know enough about those people. No chance the CDI would be able to track them down in time. The hack will go down in 5 minutes. If I don't hand the data tonight, they might kill her. I have an idea. Once they open up the folder thereafter, I might be able to locate the source of the backdoor. We'll explain to the others what's going on and we'll rate the location before the handover schedule. You'll have Laura back before they find out that we never went through with the hack. If we do it that way, do we still get to retrieve the data in the folder? We won't need it. But if you can't trace them and don't get the data, we have nothing. Fine, I'll accept the data transfer right away. Either way, I'll delete it if I'm able to trace the hack. Wait. No. I can't. Wait. I'll hand them to the data as planned. Okay, let's tell this. I don't know what to answer. I don't have time. I should have removed the time setting. No, that's too risky. I'll hand them the data as planned. They expect me in an hour. Please, Neil, come to your senses. Those are criminals. You can't work with them. I'm not sure anymore who the bigger criminal is. What are you talking about? You know what? Do what you think is best, but I won't be a part of it. Please don't make it so complicated, Saito. I really need your help. Now, I think we're going to go tell the CDI. We're not going to threaten him with a gun. I don't think that's I think that's a bad idea. Okay, you're right. Let's tell the CDI. Okay, good. I'm glad you agree. I'll find out what the location is, and then we can tell Gary. What's the data anyway? Why did I want it? I'm not sure. I don't have time to explain. Hey, Neil. I got your sheet already on your hand. Oh, man. I hope I made the right choice here, because now we're going to work with the CDI. So, either it's either or. We don't know what the game wants you to choose. Either because we're working with the CDI, Laura will die, or it could have been because you worked with the criminals, Laura will die. Like, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what the answer is. Maybe we'll die. Maybe she's. We don't know. We don't know. But okay, we'll see. Hey, Neil, got your sheet already? Yeah, sure, we're ready. Good. We're searching that folder now. I'll tell you when you have access. All right, there we are. You're good to go. Okay. I think Saito's retrieving the data. Got it. Good work. I'll see you at the handover. God damn, Neil. I got their location. Let's call Gary and the others. Thank you, Saito. Thank you so much. I'm calling Gary and the other. We have to prepare the raid. We have to do it quick. Hold on. One last thing. What is it? There's no time to lose. Did you pull the data? What does it matter? Give it to me. Why? I have the location, Neil. We get to arrest them. You don't need it anymore. I did what you said, okay? I didn't go through with it. Please trust me. It's not a trick. I won't give the data to them. I just need to see what's on there. Please. Here. Please don't do anything stupid. Thank you. Don't tell anyone, okay? Let's call Gary and the others. Because the criminals will end up being the good guys? We'll see. Let's see. I think I got their HQ. It's inside an industrial zone on the fringes of the city. The company registered there calls itself the Rattlesnake Farming. Rattlesnake Farming. It appears to be some sort of greenhouse. I assume it's just the front, maybe for money laundering. I still can't believe you didn't tell us earlier. What the hell were you thinking? And how much information did you feed them about the CDI and about our ongoing investigation? Those people are criminals of the worst kind. Have you forgotten your oath? You'll face serious charges for this, Conrad. Could you please leave him alone, Gary? He's got enough on his plate right now. Well, maybe he would be in a better position if he had told the CI earlier. Or they would have shot Laura right away if they had caught wind of it. We all had training in hostage negotiations, and I'm sure Neil followed it as best as he could. Yeah. Yup. I'm a good hostage negotiator. That's true. That's real life stuff. I really don't care about that right now. Can we please focus on getting Laura out of there? I agree. We don't have that a minute to waste. We should be at their HQ within the next hour. That's not a lot of time. Let's go and gear up then. Actually, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be there, Neil. You're not trained in extractions like this, and I don't care if I get hurt. And more importantly, you're too close to the case. The risk that you do something irrational and endanger the whole operation is too high. I can't just stay here and wait my daughter. But you know what? If I had chosen, if I had put the settings on never have time, I could have thought this through. Because I have time to choose, I didn't think it through. Otherwise, I would have analyzed it with you guys. Okay, do we threaten him? Do we do that? You know. But now because I have to choose, like sometimes it just I don't have time to think about what's the right thing to do. Oh well. Anyway, my daughter's in there. That's exactly the kind of attitude I'm worried about. I've been in contact with these people multiple times. They know me. Maybe I can convince them to cooperate. Listen, Neil. There's no more time for discussion. Conrad, call Roy. Get yourselves armor and a gun. I have to call Kuma. Your call. Copy that. Don't leave without me. I'll come with you. You will? Okay, we'll leave in 30. Go to the roof. I hope I made the right decision. What the heck? Now, when I saw David say I would have threatened him, I can imagine a film like, you know, with Bruce Willis being like, no, give me the data. You know, I'm like, it could have worked. But, you know.
I inserted the stick into my cell and opened up the folder. My heart was pounding. For a moment, it looked like the data wouldn't load, but then the files started appearing on the screen. Dozens, maybe hundreds of documents, messages, pictures, and videos. They were decades old. Most of them dated 1799 or 1800. Their confidentiality level was one I'd never seen before. This was the type of data the Garian network would instantly pick up and trace, both to its receiver and back to its sender. It made sense to physically hand-deliver it if one wished to remain anonymous. I didn't know where to begin, so I opened up the very first file in the list, the oldest one, with shaking hands. It was a document sent from someone at the Department of Commerce to the director of the CDI at the time, Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General in charge of the Justice Department. My eyes widened as I skimmed over the paragraphs. When I was done reading the letter, I checked the time. 20 more minutes. I sat down and opened up the second one, then the third. As the conversation went on, a plan was hatched between a handful of politicians, special interest groups from the private sector, and high-ranking members of the CDI. I didn't recognize most of the names. Some might have been pseudonyms. I stopped looking at the files halfway through and let my head sink onto the backrest. Even though they had used very careful language at first, the goal and purpose of the operation were abundantly clear. The failure of Sector 2 hadn't been an accident. Garians had plotted and engineered it to gain sole access to Drovia's resources, and given its strategic importance at the time, ultimately retained supremacy over the solar system. My head was spinning while I tried to figure out what all of it meant for the present, and for me. I had long doubted the integrity of the CDI. Was it still rotten to the core, or had things changed? I didn't know about any ongoing operations that were breaching interplanetary law, but then most agents at the time of the Sector 2 incident hadn't known either, and some of the things I did know about, I didn't want to think about them too much. Now what? On the one hand, the public had a right to know. The culprits had to be found and brought to justice. Reparations had to be paid to the affected families and businesses. On the other hand, if the truth came out, the liberators would win. Savient extremists might be emboldened enough to take control of the colony and declare independence. If that happened, Gara would send its ships, and New Joran might send theirs to back up their Savient brethren, and to finally gain access to the planet's Telenium, of course, if their side won. Hundreds might die, thousands even. Time was running out. I tapped the contact of a journalist I had met a while back. I still hadn't made a decision when I heard the dial tone. The data would probably go through if I decided to send it, but there was no way in hell it wouldn't be traced back to me. My heart was pounding so loudly in my ears that I almost didn't hear the voice on the other end.
This is Adrian Boley of the Garian Gazette. How can I help you? Hello? Are you there? I'm so sorry, I can't hear you. I'm hanging up now. Let's tell them. I have information for you. Who is this? I can't tell you. Oh my, I don't know. I don't know. Do we leak the data? Leak the data. I'm sending you a date. Why do you say that? Are you just guessing or are you following someone? I'm sending you a data package now. It's flagged and will be quickly picked up and traced by authorities. Your computer might be bricked. Back it up to an external drive as quickly as you can. Are you serious? Please confirm that you understand what I just said. I don't know if the game wants you to share it. We could not. Like, something else would happen if we didn't share it, I guess. I don't know. I understand. Good. The public needs to know this. Promise me that it won't get buried. Well, I'll have to look at it first. Please. I may not have a second chance to send it out. Did you get it all? Yeah, I got it. Okay. It's in your hands now. Conrad. Gary, it's time. Let's go. Okay, coming. I think this will end as with us in jail or something. Or worse, dead. You get a bigger story if you leak it, I guess. If you don't leak it, what happens, right? And just nothing happens. So if you want like a full-on story, you have to leak it. Alright, agents, I got a report from Nelson. The big greenhouse in front of us seems to be empty. However, the IR cameras picked up 12 targets in an underground facility hidden underneath. A scan for traps and explosives came back negative. Be careful regardless. We're going in on my command. Watch your backs and keep a low profile. These guys are dangerous and most likely armed. Use of deadly force is authorized. Getting the hostage out alive and well is their #1 priority. You all know what she looks like. Miller Johnson, you open up the front door. Once we're inside, we're looking for another door in the back. Watch out for hostiles from that point on. Let's go. Move, move, move. Gary, I appreciate you backing me up earlier. Thank you. After what you did, it's only right you'd help us fix it now. Let's go get your girl. Save Laura. I have a bad feeling. Yeah. We're I think we're heading towards the bad ending. Three targets. CDI, drop your weapons. Drop them now. That was loud. The rest of them will be waiting for us. May's been shot. Gordon Flynn, provide first aid and see if you can get her out of the medics. Ito, lock this room down. Keep an eye on these assholes. Get their guns and make sure they stay down. Someone comes through that door over there, you shoot. The rest of you keep moving. We can't give them any more time to prepare or get out. Follow me.
In the final corridor, we passed by a large surgery room. I didn't think about it at the time, but that must have been where they had given Zora her new face and implanted Boyd's fake ID. The only thing I could think about was whether they'd moved Laura or done something to her the moment they'd heard us coming.
Drop those guns or we'll shoot. Who are you? What is this? CDI, put your weapons on the ground right now. Dad! Stay put, Laura. It's gonna be alright. Give us a minute to talk it over, okay? Oh, I see. It's about the girl. How about this? We hand her over to you, and you never show your faces here again. Sounds fair? I don't think you understand. The facility is surrounded. It's over. Your only option is to cooperate right now. Alright, we'll cooperate, but we'll kill the girl first. No. No. Then it sounds like you're getting everything you want. That's not how negotiations work. Shooting a child will do nothing but worsen your prospects in trial. Come on, we both know I'm effed regardless. We'll take you out if you make a wrong move. It doesn't have to be that way. So what you're saying is our only chance is to fight. You should have cooperated, Neil. I'm sorry, Laura. Did he shoot her? He shot Zora? Come on. I mean, I guess... I'm sure there's a way Zora can survive this. I'm sure. Go fall back. Get her out of here. I'll cover you. We'll be alright. I'll be fine. Go, go, go. Like, there's like 8 endings, right? So... Yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen Face Off. It's a classic that I've never seen. The slow-mo. Like, I thought he was gonna grab his daughter, but he just moved past her.
And that's it. The most tumultuous days of my life, and possibly in Garian history. Abbott Dyson has been charged with interplanetary terrorism, first-degree murder, and more that would put a normal person away for multiple lifetimes. Unfortunately, he is one of the world's most influential billionaires, and as it stands now, he isn't going to prison for more than a few years. It is rumored that he's putting someone else in charge of his company for the time being, and will be allowed back at his post after serving his sentence. With their mastermind unmasked, at least it's safe to say that the Liberators won't ever make another appearance. Even though Dyson and Cox each lost a lot in the Sector 2 incident, I don't believe their actions were really driven by a righteous thirst for revenge. Almost all the people who have suffered and might still suffer from their actions had nothing to do with Gara's past crimes. Ultimately, Dyson had tried to start an interplanetary war in hopes of increasing his profit margins, and he might still succeed in it. data I leaked sent a shockwave through the solar system. The source of the leak was quickly discovered, and the CDI not only fired me on the spot, but also tried to scrub me from their records and made all sorts of claims to discredit me. The Garian state scrambled to spin the narrative on the Sector 2 incident, but the data was authentic and unambiguous. 40 years ago, the Savient colony on Drovia had been sabotaged in a secret operation initiated by a handful of Gyara's top politicians, economic elites, and the CDI under the leadership of Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General and leader of the Garian Department of Justice. It became clear to me why she had tried to hide the data, fired the chief when he got too close, and ordered the arrest of Cox when she realized who he was. She is currently awaiting trial, along with a number of mostly retired politicians who were implicated in the conspiracy. Lara is free again and seems to be doing okay, but I wonder every day about the scars this experience has left behind. Even though I know I'm not directly to blame, I will never forgive myself for inadvertently dragging her into all this. As for me, I am free again, as free as I was before, but my life is forever changed. Catherine and I are dating again, however crazy that sounds. Things are so different now. The world is so different that maybe something good can come of it again.
Okay, at least I wanted closure between him and Cat, right? I was like, that's it. What about the story with Cat?
And finally, Zora. There was a moment when I thought she might have changed.
Oh, she's not dead.
Hesitation in her eyes, or maybe it was all in my head. Despite everything she had done, her death upset me.
Oh, she is dead.
It took the CDI a while to find out anything about her previous life. Turns out her name used to be Elizabeth Davis. She and her friend Boyd had been picked up by the mercenaries as teenagers on the run. Both of them came from affluent Garian families, and both had been reported missing, presumed dead. When they burned her body, Zora's parents were the only ones there besides me. As I stared into the flames, I wondered what her life could have been.
Yeah, there is absolutely a way to save her. Like 100% it's possible to save her. Just don't know how. I should maybe have cooperated better. I don't know. And that's it. That's the ending that we got. It was better than I thought it would be. I'm going to mute it. I'm going to mute it because it's a real song. But yeah, this is better than I thought it'd be. What do you guys think? Is it? I don't think we're gonna replay it though. The Saito? Yeah, maybe. Is this an Indian game? All these names are Indian. Maybe this is an Indian game. This seems very Indian. Is this an Indian game? I'm surprised. I'm super surprised. Yeah, I mean, it's I guess the game will not change enough. We could get a different ending completely, I guess. Like, I could ignore my ex-wife the entire game and then end up alone or something. But how different would it be? I wonder if all endings exist on the internet. I don't know what the point of the like the original chapter. I guess it's to explain the disaster. Successfully viewing all 8 endings will unlock the Enter the Multiverse trophy achievements. Yeah. I want to see what the endings are. Okay, wait. Let me see. One pair of endings is determined by how you handled sensitive data dilemma at CDI HQ towards the end of the 3rd act. To all the people advising us over the years, to our supportive industry peers, and to these people in particular. Oh, I thought it was going to be like, and you. That's it? No thanks to the player? Okay, so forcing Saito to hand over the data or going along with his cunning but risky plan changes the ending. Essentially, your reputation with the CDI by the end of the game. Meanwhile, another pair of endings will be determined by your standing with Zora, i.e., how well you got along with her throughout the game in spite of the mysterious agency she serves. These sets of endings will be further affected by what happens to your daughter Laura, as well as what happens to you during the finale, for a total of 4 more ending variations. Okay, so you have 4 main endings, and you have a variation on these 4 endings, I guess. That's what it means. This will be determined by culmination, I guess, of many aforementioned factors, including your standing, Zora, and her agency. Okay, so things we could have done is successfully arrest the suspect at Jora's Plaza. We failed this. Successfully catch the bomber inside the Grand Church. We failed this. To do this, you must correctly answer the case sheet of the broadcast. So apparently my broadcast sheet was not good. Choose to arrest the mastermind behind the liberators during the 3rd act. To do this, you must correctly all 4 questions. Yeah, we did that one. You can choose to leak the incident or choose not to leak the incident. Choose to pet your pet Oris inside your apartment at every available opportunity throughout the game. And you get another achievement if you only pet him. See, that's the problem. If you only pet your pet, you get an achievement. If you only feed him, you get another achievement. On the PC version, obviously the Switch doesn't have any. But if you do both, you get nothing. Chain smoker. Smoke cigarettes at all available smoking hotspots throughout the game. Cigarettes can purchase. So if you smoke anytime you get the chain smoker achievement. Or you get the healthy lifestyle achievement if you never smoke during the game. You can get the groupie achievement if you encounter different bands throughout the game. You know, the music bands that we always saw. I guess I don't know if we saw them all. Sympathize with civilians and de-escalate the heated conversations by playing their NPCs. What? Since when can you talk to NPCs? Okay, so it could be a good cop or a mad cop. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if we want to save Zora, we had to let her use Gary Long's credentials. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what it is. That's the game. Final rating? I think it looks better than expected. I would give it a I don't know. I would give it a good 6 out of 10. Yep, I was surprised.